there you're watching the press preview. First look at what's on the front pages as they arrive this evening. It's time to see what's making the headlines with political commentator Adam Bolton and Daily Mirror columnist Kevin Maguire. They'll be with me from now until just before midnight. So let's see what is on some of those front pages. And the High Court order to a company linked to Conservative peer Baroness Mone and her husband to repay millions of pounds for useless surgical gowns it supplied during the pandemic is top story on The Guardian. Cough up COVID, £122 million. That's the front page of The Sun. The Mail calls Michelle Mone Baroness Bra because of her underwear business and says she's also being told she may have to hand back her peerage. Kevin's paper, The Mirror, states simply, strip her of the title. The Metro has reaction from the couple to the ruling, punctuated with the triple headline, Mone, Mone, Mone. The jailing of 7 members of a grooming gang from Rochdale for the sustained abuse of 2 young women leads to The Express, which highlights the judge's criticism of the police for the way they handled the case when the women first complained. The Eye reports that refugees are to be stripped of the automatic right to have their families join them in the UK. And that story is also the lead story in tomorrow's Times as well. The Telegraph leads with a pledge by Tory leader Kenny Babe not to ditch targets on net zero, including electric cars and the scrapping of gas boilers. The Financial Times reports that the UK government has again ordered Apple to provide backdoor access to users' encrypted data, despite furious opposition from the US. And finally, after the Star compared former Prime Minister Liz Truss to a lettuce, Health Secretary Wes Streeting speaks to the Star about his own comparison to an onion. Well, let's peel off the layers this evening, joined by Adam Bolton and Kevin Maguire. And let's get down to the serious business, gentlemen, of the story that really is dominating most of tomorrow's front pages. It is about Baroness Michelle Mone, and on The Guardian, their headline, PP firm with link to Mone, ordered to repay £122 million. Adam, the pandemic feels quite a long time ago now, even though there's more COVID strains spreading right at the moment. And it's taken an awful long time for this judgment to come about.
That's right. I mean, they proceeded very carefully. This is a lady judge, Mrs. Justice Cockrell. She's come up with an 87-page report, but the verdict is that this company, basically owned by Michelle Mone's husband, Doug Burman, needs to repay £122 million because it supplied substandard non-sterile PPE, protective clothing, during the pandemic. Now, the point about this is that Lady Mone who was a Conservative peer, used the VIP lane set up by the Conservative government to promote this business, something that was initially was denied, but it turned out to be true. And now she is saying that she is being scapegoated because of the government, Conservative government, of which she was a supporter as a Conservative peer, overpaid, and it's basically all an establishment stitch-up. Well, if you look at the front pages of the paper, there's not all the papers. There's not much sympathy for that, and indeed the Metro has gone for the headline, Mone, 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 spelt the same way she spells her name.
Yeah. Or could pronounce money.
Can we give a big shout out for David Conn on The Guardian, because he broke the original story. Others followed and contributed going on, including the Daily Mirror investigations editor Nick Sullivan. But it was David Conn who broke it. I remember his first known story was in 2021, and it was about she'd sent allegedly a racist message to a British Indian over a fatal yacht crash a few years earlier. And I just all of a sudden thought, wow, where did you get that information? Now, he clearly has been digging, he's had great contacts, and the legal battles that The Guardian would have had to try and make this story safe when they were getting denials, lies from Mone about involvement with PP. I mean, The Guardian took a risk, Conn will have taken a risk, but it was fantastic journalism in the public interest.
Yeah, she was, very much seen
She did settle that, by the way.
Yeah. She did, yes.
Fault damages, yeah.
Yes, yeah.
She was very much seen as a sort of heroine, a working class woman from Scotland who set up her own business. David Cameron put her into the House of Lords. But